Irish Media Network. We entertain.
I'm Arveene. You're very welcome to the last 16 of Decade of Dance Music quiz, where we test the contestants' knowledge of music history from the last 10 decades or 100 years. And you're tuned to the Irish Media Network via YouTube and Facebook Live. Good evening, people. It's day 59 of my personal lockdown. The weather has returned to sunny Hackney. Tonight we have two last 16 battles for you. Heat 7 sees the lovely Laura Whitmore take on the energy crew of MangoMathman. And Heat 8 sees Andy Don't F With Me Bell take on Darren Party Boy Daz Dalton to see who will take the final two places in the quarterfinals of DOD. Shout outs to Bill Brewster from DJ History and Dennis Menendez from the Ministry of Sound from the show we just did, who will face each other in the quarterfinals. Well done, guys. Big ups and love to all you wonderful people tuning in. You can now stream all the previous shows as podcasts too via Spotify and all good podcast channels. And also, don't forget, if you're watching, make sure you fire in your answers as we go along. And also, if you have any burning questions for our team tonight, like what does Fatboy Slim like to eat for his dinner? How many sirens does a DJ set require to make it a proper rave? Fire in your best and we'll try and answer them. So let's kick things off with Heat 7. First up is an Irish Londoner. She's a TV radio presenter and actress who knocked the greatest hair in show business out, Andy Goldstein, clean out in the first round. Was a fucking serious punch to the left. And sent him flying. And shot Imelda May up into the sky like a rocket. She's a radio host on BBC Radio 5 and presented all the shows you addictively watch. I'm a Celeb, Strictly, Love Island, and lots more. It's the former culture student of the year at Loretto College Bray and the mother of Mick. It's Laura Whitmore. How are you, Laura?
I'm good. Excuse me for being rude, but I'm actually having my dinner as I'm doing that because I need to fuel the brain so I do well.
You do? What are you eating?
Brain, I also mean a little bit of eating.
What are you eating there?
We're having a concoction like a tofu, rice, seaweedy. We're trying to be healthy-ish. It's all about life's about balance. We're trying to balance it out. But I was saying this to you before we went live. We accidentally got the ingredients mixed up, and instead of tamari, we put a tomato paste in. So one is like an Italian and one is Asian fusion. So I don't know. There's a lot of flavors going on in my mouth at the moment, Ar.
Oh Jesus! Good luck. So what I was going to ask you is, how is Mick doing?
Here, do you want to say hi?
Yeah, please bring Mick forward. Named after legendary Irish football manager Mick McCarthy, I assume.
Tiger Mick McCarthy.
Right, Mick. Hey Mick.
Need a haircut. Like you.
And how is the wonderful Mr. Sterling doing?
He's all right. He's doing a stand-up show tonight via the internet.
Oh, very good. What time is that on it? And can we tune in?
I think it's 8:30. I don't even know how he's doing it, but it's 8:30, I think.
Okay, just as we finish, we might get to tune in there. Awesome.
Depends how long it goes on for. It depends how quick we are.
Oh, we're going to be fast. We're going to be fast tonight. We're going to be fast and furious. But listen, thanks a million for coming on board. Okay. Next up is a proper dub who's actually in Dublin, unlike a lot of us.
Yeah.
He's got more energy than a truckload of Lucasade Sport. Big ups the energy crew. It's the tall, spectacled, sneaker-loving grime rapper from North County, Dublin, who now lives in the south side. He's the home husband of 2FM's Tara Stewart. It's Mango. How are you, fella?
What's up, man? What's up? You all right? How are you getting on?
I'm good, man. How was playing to an empty Whelan's last night? Was that a bit weird?
Yeah, it was fucking mad, man. It was like only 8 people in the room. It was only like a camera crew and a sound man, and everybody had like masks and gloves, and yeah, it was weird.
Damn, man. Awesome to be able to do a show while people are all stuck indoors, though.
Yeah, no, it was good. Like, people had like throwing comments in, so it wasn't that weird, but at the same time, going into Whelan's and just been like handed gloves and respirator masks and everything was wiped down and on, you know, especially in Whelan's, that place is bleeding filthy. So yeah, exactly.
How's the lovely Tara Stewart doing anyway? How's the missus?
She's brilliant, man. She's cooking up a storm. So now she's at home and she's like getting on her ma's recipes. So I'm getting homemade samosas tonight, South Indian egg curry. Like, she's flat to the mat. It only took me 4 years, and she's cooking up a storm, you know, and going out with an Indian girl to eventually get some Indian food now.
Telling you, man, big up the Asian sisters. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
So have you been up to anything comical since we've last seen you? Is there any moments of comedy?
Nothing. Just hiding my haircut from the world. That's it. You know what I mean?
Okay, awesome. Awesome, brother. Okay, so tonight we've got 6 questions. It's going to be a little shorter than the last round. Owen can explain the rules to you. It's going to be similar to the last round that you played into.
Yeah, pretty straightforward. Everybody who's been watching, the guys are going to get 6 questions. They'll put their answers into me on WhatsApp. We'll call out the answers as each question comes along, and you can put in your answers in Facebook or YouTube, whichever platform you're watching on. So, yeah, pretty simple. 6 questions for the guys. It'll be quick and straightforward. So, back to you, Arv.
Okay, awesome. Shout out to Darren McCormick, Shara, the wife of our next contestant, Kay, Bridgie, who else we got in here? Johnny Brennan, Shane, all the regular crew. So, yeah, without further ado, let me kick things off with Heat 7. Question number 1. You ready, Mango?
Let's go, bro.
Laura, you ready?
Born ready.
Okay, awesome. Question number 1. What year did Jay-Z release his debut album? What year did Jay-Z release his debut album?
It's not multiple choice, no?
No, unfortunately not. But it wasn't the 80s.
Closest to the Euro win.
I'm just going to guess.
What year did Jay-Z release his debut album?
Okay, we got the answers in there, Arveene.
So Martin Roach has just answered in here on the comment section and with 96, and that is correct. 1996, first album, Jay-Z's debut.
That's correct. Reasonable Doubt was the name. It had some great tracks like Brooklyn's Finest with Biggie, Dead Peasants 2, and Can't Knock the Hustle. So both contestants have the correct answer.
Awesome. All right, question number 2.
Here is Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet, great film.
Very good. Yeah, the soundtrack's amazing on that one.
Mundy's on that soundtrack.
Ah.
He was only 17 at the time.
Damn, that's 1996.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, question number 2. Which female artist holds a record of 37 weeks at number 1 in the UK charts? Which female artist holds a record of 37 weeks at number 1 in the UK charts?
Okay, both answers in there, Arveene. Do you want to have a pop at it?
I'm going to say Adele.
You would be correct, yeah. So Laura gets the right points. I'm afraid Mango had Celine Dion.
Celine Dion?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big
I thought that Titanic thing, I was like, that was going for about a year, that too. Do you know what I mean? that was a long time out, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it is a laugh. Big up.
Quite close. Has anyone seen pictures of Adele recently?
Yeah, she looks great.
She has a new album coming out in September.
She looks fit. I mean, she's always beautiful anyway, but like, she's like...
Yeah, she's feeling it.
Yeah, she's feeling it. She's wearing like all the bodycon dresses. She's living her best life.
I mean, fair play to her, yeah. I mean, I can't wait to hear this new album. She's a bit of a let. She worked in Rough Trade Records in West London when she got signed to XL Recordings. When they signed her, not a lot of people knew who she was. A couple of people knew who she was, but she was like, can I get a job just working behind the counter until the album comes out? So she worked behind the counter in Rough Trade for about 6 months.
Oh my God, amazing.
Yes.
Yeah,
She'd also played, do you remember the old Crawdaddy? She played a concert to like 7 people when she had that first album, 21. She was doing the fine tune of the whole thing, and the Backstreet Boys were playing upstairs in Tripod, and she was playing downstairs in Crawdaddy, yeah. And I got a load of my bird mates up into Backstreet Boys, and I was like, fuck that, I'm not going watching that, and strolled down. And as I was walking through Crawdaddy, she was up there with a dude in the piano, and they were playing the whole 21 album, just rehearsing it before they released the whole thing. So I kind of got to stand there, yeah. She was epic even back then.
There was a gig over here in a I can't remember who it was. It was in the Lock Tavern, and it was like Adele, Amy Winehouse, and someone else, one of the other really famous singers of that age group, playing in a room for about 90 people, 70, 80, 90 people on a Sunday in the Lock Tavern in Camden before anyone knew who they were, you know. But I think out of all of them, Adele stood out like by a country mile because of the power of that voice. Anyway.
Mad like that about 10 years ago. So I remember seeing Katy Perry before she released I kissed a girl and I liked it, and I went to her gig and it was in a small pub and Adele was there at the bar doing shots.
Shout out to Glenn Brady tuning in. He was the polytunnel master who got kicked out in round 1 by Shara Bell, who's also been answering some of the questions. Yes, Martin, that is some jar of vino I have in my hand, and it's a first tonight on Decade of Dance. I haven't had a proper drink, since February 28th, which was my birthday. So next year when you want to buy me a drink, Martin. Question number 3. Question number 3.
Yeah.
Top of the Pops was an iconic music show growing up. What year was the first Top of the Pops? Closest to the year wins. Top of the Pops was an iconic music show, I guess, when I was growing up. What year was the first Top of the Pops? Closest to the year wins. I mean, it goes back, so it's not the 90s. But I mean,
Old.
It's old.
Yeah, it's old.
It's old. Old.
Do we have to have it as the closest? Well, did we get the decade right?
Yeah, well, I'm going to give closest to the year wins, and so far, oh, Jesus. Yeah, so we got the answers in there. Arveene, do you want to have a go?
Yeah, so this is like 63, I think.
Yeah, so it was 1964. Rolling Stones were the first ever guest.
Damn.
Yeah, so the points there go to Mango. Laura got 66, you got 65.
Fair.
Oh my God!
Was your mind careful? Just throw it in the middle. I knew it was
Somewhere around there, man. Shout outs to Johnny Brennan. He got 1972, which is wrong. Shane, 1977, wrong, mate. DJ Wool in the house. Yes, Shane. Okay, so question number 5. Who has won more Grammys, Outkast or Janet Jackson? Who has won more Grammys, Outkast or Janet Jackson? Who has won more Grammys, Outkast or Janet? Big Boy and Andre 3000 versus the youngest Jackson.
Okay, both answers in. Arveene, do you want to go?
It's got to be Janet, really, hasn't it? It's got to be Janet.
You would think so, but she's won 5. Outkast have won 6, although she's been nominated for 26 different awards. They've only been nominated for 16.
Damn. Okay.
They were big for a very small amount of time.
Yeah, they just had 2 award-winning albums that won a good couple of things: best song, best album, best production. Whereas she was mainly a singer and wouldn't have won the whole sweep of awards across the board.
She's over a longer time. But,
yeah.
I mean, Jesus, she's amazing too. The two of them and Janet together would be an amazing combo of a collaboration sometime, man. I'm not sure if that's ever happened.
A year ago, I was at the MTV Awards, and it was in this venue. And the backstage toilets were a bit rubbish, or a bit shit, because it's in a big old venue. I can't remember what country we're in. I think it was in Milan. And so in the toilets, the dressing rooms. So I was hosting the dressing room. My dressing room was near Janet Jackson's. So I assume that they all have en suite and stuff their own. But anyway, I went to go to this toilet, which looked like a school toilet, with little cubicles. There was a guy standing outside. I didn't know why. I went in. It was just me and Janet Jackson. So we were in the cubicle beside each other. So I peed next to Janet Jackson. And then we came out, we washed our hands beside each other, and I just went, "Hey." That's all I said.
What did she say?
Janet Jackson. So she said, "Hey, back."
That's cool. As long as you didn't say something like "Don't touch me" or something like that, man, that would have been disastrous.
I was surprised they let me. Because one of was a man standing outside the door. So, I was like, "Why is he standing outside there?" He's Janet Jackson. She's not as many Grammys as Outkast. So what are you going to do?
Exactly. What you're going to do is answer the next question, hopefully, Laura. That's going to be, what decade was the cassette tape released? What decade was the cassette tape released?
Decade. Well,
decade was the cassette tape released.
Okay.
Mango's got his answer in, and Laura's got her answer in. So, Arveene, do you want to go with this one?
I've no idea. I'm going to say 70s. I'm going to say 76.
Yeah, so you'd be incorrect. It's developed by Philips in Belgium and introduced in 1963. So Laura takes home the bacon here for this point, and Mango got the 70s. So,
damn, Laura's been around a bit longer than me and Mango then.
What year was it in the 60s?
1963 in September. We had this as well on one of the previous questions as well. So somebody was paying attention.
Right.
Are these previous? No, they're not all previous questions.
No, not at all. I just throw in ones like the cassette tape. There's certain things I think everybody likes to know when they were invented, when they were created. So some of the questions are put in there to kind of help educate everybody as well.
That was a tough one, mate. But Right, final question, number 6 of round 7, Whitmore versus Mango. Who's going to take home the bacon? Who's going to save the bacon? Who's going to take the points? Last question. The 40 Club is a top nightclub in which city? The 40 Club is a top nightclub in which city? The 40 Club is a top nightclub
Yes.
in which city? The 40 Club. 40 Club.
Okay, so both answers in there, Arveene. Do you want to have a go at this one?
I'm going to say New York. I don't know, because it's something about 40s. Sounds like a hip hop club from Brooklyn or something.
You would be correct. It's Jay-Z's club, 40 Club in Manhattan, which is one of the top spots to go and have a dance. Nobody got the correct one here. We had Paris and Berlin, but that still leaves Laura as the winner of this episode.
Damn.
Yeah, 4-3.
Mango. Congratulations, Laura. Mango. Sorry, mate. Sorry to lose you.
So look, it happens.
You know,
it's great to compete. You know what I mean? It's great for the day out.
I'm not gonna lose to anyone by the girl who peed beside Janet Jackson. You know.
I mean, like, it's worth it for that story alone. You know what I mean? I'm glad it was you, Laura.
Laura, congratulations. Well done. You're going to make it through to the next round as the quarterfinals. You're going to be not fighting literally, but battling to the winner of the next heat, which is coming up just now. But thanks a million for tuning in. Big love to you both. Send my love to your respective
later,
partners.
guys.
Thanks a million for being part of it. Bye.
Battling, not fighting, literally, but battling.
Hey guys. Oh, we have a renegade.
She wasn't expecting that.
There's a renegade in the hot seat. Well done to Laura Whitmore. She's taken out Mango, the grime sensation. But Mango is, I'm sure, will be back at some stage. So big shouts and love to both of them. Now we are into Heat 8 of Decade of Dance, which is the final heat leading us to the quarterfinals. The winner of this round is going to be taking on Whitmore in the quarterfinals. So first up is what'd you say?
I don't know how I even got this far, to be honest. We already made it through the last one now, yeah.
Yeah, keep holding together, lads. Hold it together. Just give me a second now. Give me a second. Right. So first up is the Slayer of Gem Archer, his former bandmate in Oasis and BDI, as well as his close bro. He snuffed out Lita Maud Murphy, who's a punk legend. He's a gooner, father of 4, a rock star who's been married twice. Who would have guessed that, a rock star to be married more than once? I wouldn't have guessed that one. He's currently rocking your airwaves as Glock and recently dropped an EP with the sadly departed Andy Weatherall, RP, the governor. He's got a backdoor reprise as Gem Archer demanded that he be included in his show, and I'm sure Gem regrets it now because he got beat. It's Rides Andy Bell. Andy, you've been serenading us every day of lockdown with some of the coolest versions of your music and other people's tunes too. What's been your favorite track to cover, brother?
I think it's the one I did yesterday was pretty cool because my party piece has always been Golden Brown. So when Dave Greenfield passed away, I had something in the locker ready to play as a tribute. So yeah, Golden Brown.
Golden Brown's the one. And so how's the wife? We just noticed she was on screen there before we kicked in there.
She was just hiding out in here, actually.
She looked like she was eating as well. She looked like she was munching on something. So what's going to happen if you guys meet in the later rounds? How are you going to sort that one out?
I think we all know what's going to happen. I'm going to take one for the team and just pretend to not know the answers, you know.
Good lad. All right, cool. Thanks for coming on board. And so next, he's taken on a man whose fear of shopping with his mother forced him to create Ireland's greatest disco edits combo. He once had the shits majorly in Mexico for an entire DJ tour and has played some of the best festivals and clubs without shitting himself the world over. Thanks for that. He's one half of the legendary Get Down as it's represent Waterford. It's the Triple D himself, Darren Daz Dalton, aka the Party Album, up to Desi Daz.
Thanks for having me again, lads. Thank you.
Any good parties since we last saw you? Have you had any mad ones?
Yeah, I went from the kitchen to the sitting room we're out in the back garden at one stage, and that was good.
Living up to the hype there, bro. Living up to the hype, the party animal. But So how's Waterford treating you? You're looking a bit red around the face there. I'm not sure if that's from the sunshine or is it from...
No, it is actually. The weather's been great here, and I've been out the back garden painting and power hosing and cutting grass.
There's a real contrast between Andy Bell and Darren Daz Dalton here tonight, man. Like,
I've got the studio tan.
yeah, studio tan versus major tan, a proper tan. But so sunny south east. Is that where you are?
Yeah, and the weather has been good here. Well, today has been great, but the last since all this thing kicked off now, the weather's been great now. Yeah, we've been blessed with the weather now. Can't go anywhere.
Awesome. Okay, lads. So there's only going to be 6 questions in this round. Owen's going to explain quickly what's going to happen there.
Yeah, well, I think everybody knows they've been watching the same. 6 questions from the guys. They'll put in the answers on WhatsApp to me. Pretty straightforward.
Wicked, man. There's a couple people shouting you out here, Daz. Stephen Richards, Ken Hogan, Krangle. Come on, Daz. Big up. Shout outs to Victor Ormond and Johnny Brennan. Johnny said he was sad to see Mango going, and we're all sad to see Mango go. He's quite the lad, that one. So what do you use? Shane is saying, whatever you do, you got to stop Bill Brewster from winning. I don't think anyone's going to. It's going to be a hard one. I don't think anyone's going to stop that, lad. So right, let's kick into the Decade of Dance round 8, the final round.
It's getting serious.
Getting serious, boys. Take your tops off.
I'm blushing about the heat. Yeah.
It's I thought Mango might have taken his top off in the last round too, but it seems like it's going to be you boys anyway. But so round 8, the final round of the last 16. Andy Bell, are you ready?
Yep.
Daz, you ready?
Yeah, I'm good to go, Harv.
Okay. Question number 1: Jimi Hendrix' iconic cover of Bob Dylan's "All Along the Watchtower" was released in what year?
Andy's answers in.
Jimi Hendrix' iconic cover of Bob Dylan's "All Along the Watchtower" was released in what year? Don't forget to throw some answers in the comment section there if you're watching and tuning in. If you've got any questions for the boys, hit us up.
So Arveene, both answers in. Do you want to have a guess at this one?
68.
Yeah, bang on. So both guys got the right answer here, reaching number 20 on the Billboard charts as well when it was released.
Good lad.
Tune as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Massive tune.
Yes,
Shane, it's party time. Martin Roach says it's party time. That's aimed at you, Daz. Martin is the other half of Daz and Get Down Edits.
He's the party animal now. Yeah, I'm the quiet one.
He's the quiet one. Martin is the actual party animal, and you've heard it here first. So shout outs to Andy EQ Audio Systems, Shaman Prem, Stephen Richards, Shane, Ken, Hogan, Krangle. You got it wrong, mate, I'm afraid. Andy got it right, 1968. So next question. Ella Fitzgerald made her debut in which decade? Ella Fitzgerald made her debut in which decade? Ella Fitzgerald made her debut in which decade?
Probably got that wrong.
It's an oldie.
Hmm.
I'm
a big Ella fan.
So we got both answers in. Arveene, do you want to have a go?
I'm going to say it was it was pretty earlier on. So I'm saying it's like the 30s or the 20s. 30s. Go with the 30s.
Yeah, so you're right with the 30s. She's a member of Chick Webb's band, and they had a hit with a Tisket a Tasket, if I'm not mistaken, is the name of the song. So yeah, she's sold over 40 million albums, won 17 different Grammys, and had a 50-year career, considered the first lady of jazz. So both of the guys got 40s and 50s here. So
absolute queen. Andy EQ Audio Systems got 1930s too. Stephen Richard, Johnny Brennan got the 40s, lads. Sorry, that's not right. Either did Shane. It wasn't the 2000s, mate. It was the 1930s.
Big in the 80s.
It's big in the 80s. That's something that Martin Roach might say, actually. Yeah. I'm sure he was big in the 80s himself, big enough. Snowblind in the 80s, Martin Roach. Okay, question number 3. Who has more #1 Billboard hits, Prince or George Michael? Who has more #1 Billboard hits, Prince or the former Highgate resident, George Michael?
Oh, he's solo, or would Wham be included in that now, or just the solo stuff?
It's a good question.
It's George Michael is his name. It wasn't a collective Grammys. It's how many have they won individually each?
Yeah, solo artists. Who's more, Grammys, George Michael, or Prince?
So both the lads in with their answer. Arveene, do you want to have a go?
I'm going to say Prince.
You would be wrong. So Prince has got 5 number ones and 19 top 10s, whereas George Michael's got 8 number ones and 16 top 10s.
Yeah,
Wow.
I thought Prince,
So yeah, both of the guys got Prince here for this one.
Prince, bang, off the money. Okay.
We all agree.
We all agree with Prince. You know, we usually would have thought Prince might have been because he's around longer, but I think he's more. I think George Michael definitely had probably bigger
Commercial
hits.
success for George Michael. Again, the songs he writes, the target audience that he has is far more susceptible to get to a number one than Prince's, let's say, rhythm and blues music, where it would have chopped the charts at number one consistently.
Exactly. That's what I was. That's what I was going to say actually, before you said that, mate. Before we go to the next question, Terry Tez Daly's just tuned in. He says, "My answer to all the questions is 1967. I wonder, does you remember 10 years ago spilling a glass of red wine on Jean's Burberry Mac? Maybe you do, Terry. If not, you know now." And everyone else tuned in. Right. So the next question is, who sang the hit song "Oh Pretty Woman"? Who sang the hit song "Oh Pretty Woman"? Who sang the hit song "Oh Pretty Woman"? And the correct answer is not 1967.
So both answers in there, Arveene. You want to have a go?
It's Roy Orbison, the albino.
Yeah, both of the guys got the right answer here.
I've never been more shocked in my life to find out Roy was an albino. I never heard of the fact that he was, you know, and then I saw it in the documentary. It was pretty mind blowing. Fair play to him. Kept that hidden well.
He certainly did. So his hair was dyed black.
Yeah. Did you not know that, Andy?
No.
Didn't know that, no.
Damn. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was all a dream.
Starting vicious rumors about Roy Orbison here.
Let's see. You've got some right answers in there. Darren McCormick, Stephen Richards, Johnny Brennan, Ken. You got the right answer. Stephen Richards. No. Kay says go, Andy. Shara says go, Daddy. Andy Bell's her daddy, it sounds like. But anyway, moving on. A Nigerian drummer and one of the founders of Afrobeat recently passed away. Can you name that drummer? A Nigerian drummer and one of the founders of Afrobeat recently passed away. Can you name that drummer? This should be all day long for these boys.
Yeah.
All day long, mate. All day long, mate.
All
right, mate. You should get this all day long, Daz.
Arveene, you want to have a go?
Yeah, it's Tony Allen, man. He's part of Fela's crew. He's, he's worked with all the greats and with people like Damon and all and Jeff Mills.
Social media.
And the Sebastian Tellier tune as well.
Yes, that is an absolute banger as well. I think there's a new edit of it floating around, right?
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, I need to do that.
Yeah, get on that, lads. I think Sebastian was sticking it out for free. So go check it out if you're online.
Speaking of people who passed away, big shout out to Florian Schneider for those I'm sure everybody knows from Kraftwerk.
Oh, I didn't know that now.
Yeah, he
I didn't
passed
know
away
that
today.
either.
There you go. Breaking news for Arveene.
I'm gonna have to take a moment though, and I'll be back. Damn, yeah. R.I.P. Mr. Florian Schneider. Okay, so Shane answered to question 5 was Daniel Amakochi, who I think was an Everton footballer from the 90s, which I'm assuming is the wrong answer. Ginger Baker as well was not the correct answer on that one, Johnny. John Hennessy says, come on, Daz. Shara saying, go, go, go. Darren McCormick, Acid Dreams Arv. Okay, next question, which I think might be the final question.
Yeah, and a tiebreaker too.
Arthur's nightclub was opened by Sybil Burton at the site of the famous Old Morocco nightclub after Richard Burton left her for Diana Ross. It can be credited as the first disco in New York, and the resident DJ Terry Noel may have been the first to mix records in a New York club. What decade was this in? Closest to the year gets extra points. Arthur's nightclub was opened by Sybil Burton at the site of the famous Old Morocco nightclub after Richard Burton left her for Diana Ross. It could be credited as the first disco in New York, and the resident DJ Terry Noel may have been the first to mix records in a New York club. What decade was this in? Closest to the year gets the points.
It's a tough one, that.
It's a very tough one. I thought you might know the answer, Andy, considering you used to live in Richard Burton's house.
True. Yeah, that information wasn't included with the house, though, man.
One of his houses.
So we got the answers in there, Arveene. Do you want to have a go at this one?
Not really, Owen, because I have no idea what the answer is, but I'm going to say 1965 as a total guess.
You'd be right on the money with 1965. So it was the prelude to Studio 54. And if you think about it, if he was the first guy to mix records in a nightclub, you had Jimmy Savile and you had the likes coming out at the start of the 50s. So Daz takes home the points and takes home the episode with that correct answer. He got 1966.
Thank you. It was I was just thinking 60. I thought it was 60s, all right, but 66 was just a guess.
4 points to 3 for Darren.
Well done, Andy. That's a shame to let you go, Andy. Unlucky.
Thanks for having me. It's been a right blast.
You're blurring out there, but it makes you look even better than you are normally, man. But
thanks,
absolute pleasure to have you on board. Lots of love, Andy.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Daz, you're taking it to the next round. You're going to be facing Laura Whitmore.
We'll give it a go. I didn't think I barely got through the last round. I definitely didn't think I was going through it tonight now.
Well done, man. And you're gonna be representing Waterford and the Desi and all that.
Yeah.
The Dacia. Shit, man.
County.
Dacia County, man. But absolute pleasure. Thanks for coming on board.
Thanks very much.
Not at all, man. Listen, shout out to everyone for tuning in tonight, and thanks for firing in your answers. Ken, Shara, Martin, Shane, Stephen, Dara, Kay, Shaman, and on and on and on. Unfortunately, we've got to say goodbye to Andy Bell and Mango tonight, but we'll be back on Friday night with the first of our quarterfinals. And you can find out who they'll be on Friday afternoon. Next week, we'll have the other quarterfinals on Monday, possibly semi-final on Wednesday, and the final next Friday night. So we shall have a winner. Will it be Daz? Will it be Laura? You're going to have to tune in to find out. But thanks a million for coming on board. You've been watching the Irish Media Network. I'm Arveene. That is Owen over there. Good night. See you later. Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Irish Media Network. We entertain.